Hey guys, welcome back. This is Dunkleastius, and I am playing some Terra Firma Punk, a Minecraft Terra Firma Craft mod pack on the Feed the Beast launcher. So yesterday, Tuesday, the 7th of June, I was playing some TFC Tuesday with Packrat, and I started getting some ideas for a way I could use an elevator. But I am not experienced with many of the mods in this pack, and inexperienced with redstone, and so I had no idea where to begin. And I posted a video at around midnight my time Eastern, just like 30 seconds, just showing the functioning of what I'd come up with in a creative world. And I thought that it would be a good idea to go back and explain exactly what's going on. So I think I will go over this with my thought process, what I wanted it to do, and sort of the things I considered, and how I solved some of the problems that I encountered. So first thing, I wanted this to be a strictly up and down vertical elevator. Didn't want it to go off to the side or anything. I wanted it to be simple and easy to use. I wanted it to work consistently, so I don't want it to have any bit sort of weird delay in its operation. I don't want it to sort of malfunction sometimes. I don't want it to be finicky. Oh, my phone just buzzes. I don't want it to cause any problems for people that want to use this if I build it somewhere, like on a server, especially. And so I ended up deciding that I was going to use elevator rails to move a minecart up and down. Initially, I wanted players to be able to stand on top of the minecart and not have to get in it, but it does seem to just pass through the player's body when it goes up, and so that is not possible. You do have to sit in it, but that's not the end of the world. That's really fine. And so, just to sort of recap and show what happens when you sit in it, you go down, and then we can get out. And so you can see the elevator rails. You can actually send it up and bring it back down. And so that was really important. I didn't want it to be where like this lever would only put it up and then the lever at the top would only bring it back down. I wanted players to be able to do whatever they wanted wherever they were. Anyway, so those were a few of the challenges I had to get over. And like I said, I'm not experienced with redstone. Let's get rid of this rain. Anyway, so the first thing that I wanted to deal with was the switches. So how do I make it... Okay, phone, please stop. How do I make it so that both switches will toggle the system? So no matter what this switch is doing, the switch at the bottom will always either turn off or turn on the elevator whenever I flip it. And then the same thing at the top. And that turns out to be an XOR, meaning that the levers just can't be in the same state at the same time. So if they're in the same state, then the whole thing's off, and then as soon as you flip one of them, so they're in different states again, the system turns on. And then when it's on, they're in different states, and you flip one of them, and then they'll end up being in the same state, either both on or both off. Either way, the whole system shuts off. And so I do that with two comparators. So this block is directly on top of the lever down there, and it just sort of tunnels up, or actually it's this block, but this is essentially where your lever would be. And so this feeds into this comparator, and then using these repeaters so that it doesn't interfere with this wire, it wraps around, bit of lag, and then feeds into the side of this one. And then this block is on top of my other lever. And so that feeds into the side of this comparator and then directly into this one. So that means that when this is on, it's feeding into the side of this, and the back end of this one. I'm assuming that that's the back and that's the front. It's powered on this side actually because it's wrapping around. So this is the only one of the comparators that's actually on right now, because there's no signal coming in from the side here. If this were on, then this comparator would be powered, but also from the side, so it would turn off. And this one would be powered, but also from the side, so it would turn off. The whole thing would be off. So if they're both on, then the whole thing's off. And if they're both off, well then obviously the whole thing's off. But if one's on and one's off, then at least one of these comparators will turn on, and so signal will be provided, and the elevator rail can be lifted up. So that's how I solved that. Next problem I had was when the minecart got to the top, like just to the top of the rail. When I got out, I would fall back down and take a bit of damage. And so I decided that I was going to have a piston come underneath. So normally, let's get down here. So the elevator rail is like right there. You'd want to have a minecart track right here, and then the cart would come up and then move down that way. But if you have it on the other side, then instead it just sort of pops up in the air and bounces a bit. And so on the first bounce, it'll hit this tripwire, which will trigger the piston to extend and catch it from underneath. We have, coming down the other side, the same redstone that activates the elevator track is going to come along, come up, get inverted, and then passed into this comparator, which is attached to the tripwire. And so that means that if the elevator track is off, this is on, and the tripwire signal is disabled. So the piston will retract, allowing the cart to fall down. Let's not bump the cart too much. That's one of the faults of this system. So the piston will retract, the cart can fall down, and the rail will be unpowered. So hopefully, yep, and that should still work. And that allows us to go back down. And so I thought that was kind of cool. So, yeah, a few things I want to talk about while we're here. I actually have had a lot of fun trying out this mod, trying out Railcraft, experimenting, playing on TFC Tuesday again. And I was thinking it might be fun if I can get it to work. I might be getting a hold of a new graphics card soon. If I can get it to work, I might be able to record. I'm having some pretty bad frame rate on the server, like 10 to 15 usually, up to 20, 25 sometimes, on the multiplayer, not even recording. So that doesn't seem feasible, even for a stream. But single player, I seem to be doing pretty well. And it might be nice just to try something like this. Get to know a few other mods, try out some new things, try out some neat things like this, see what we can do, and do it with you guys. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let me know below. I think that'd be really cool. You know, I don't think I've ever really finished a series on this channel, and I don't know if I ever will, but, you know, I mean, I don't really think that's a problem. One last thing I want to say before I go. Something I've been spending a lot of time on recently is the Community Balance Patch mod for Civilization 5. I had a Civ 5 series on my channel before, and I've been thinking that it might be fun to do it again. I've been trying some kind of you know, neat little setups to have some interesting games. Maybe a little unfair for the AI, but I'm not really cheating per se. But it's kind of fun just to mess around and, you know, see what you can do. And if you guys are interested in checking that out as well, then please leave a comment below. If you haven't seen the Community Balance Patch mod before, there are a few YouTubers who've done some series on it. You can just search it up. If you want to check it out for yourself, if you have Civ 5, Community Balance Patch is free. I think it requires Brave New World and Gods and Kings, or like all the DLC. but just Google Community Balance Patch, and you'll probably find the Civ Fanatics forum link. The downloads will be there. YouTube probably has all the information you need to know about changes and how to play and stuff, and I can certainly provide any of that information too if you guys are interested in a series. I would be really happy to do that. If you guys are too, again, just let me know below. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you have not subscribed before. It really helps me out. And I will see all of you next time. Thanks for watching.